8 to 12 sets per muscle group is all you need to build muscle. Let me explain. There have been more recent studies regarding how many exercises a muscle needs for optimal growth. And in those studies, we've learned that the optimal number of sets per muscle group is 8 to 12. Now, we all pretty much understand what overtraining is, and we know that a lot of people out there are doing just that. Too much volume causing diminishing returns on your time invested. You also put yourselves at risk of injury by overtraining. So let's talk about this set range, because this can save a lot of people a lot of time. Based on experience in various polls I've come across, on average, a person who is serious about making some gains might spend anywhere from an hour to 2.5 hours in the gym. And in that time, they're doing 5, 6, 7 different exercises, 4 to 5 sets each. That's potentially 35 sets. That's a lot, and not for much more progress gains wise. A good portion of that is what we call junk volume. You can get similar results by cutting down to 8 to 12 sets and potentially cut your workout time in half. But here's the thing, they've got to be hard sets. You have to push yourself to or near failure at the end of each set. Now, this also means that you need to choose a weight that's going to help you reach that point within your desired rep range. 6 to 10, 8 to 12, 10 to 15, whatever your target range is, make sure that the weight is heavy enough so that you can barely squeeze out the lower end of that range while maintaining proper form. That's important. You want to be able to get there with proper form. What this means is you shouldn't be able to fly through your set. If you're doing 10 to 15 reps, it should be hard for you to get to that 10th rep and then take everything you have to try to get to rep 15. If it's too easy, you won't benefit from it, simply put. Now, how do you split your workout for said muscle group into 8 to 12 sets? Easy. Split it into 3 movements. You should be able to do 4 hard sets for each movement, and guess what? That gives you 12 hard sets. If you're hitting chest, for example, 4 sets of incline presses, 4 sets of cable flies, and 4 sets of dumbbell presses. And they can be straight sets, drop sets, rest pause sets, however you need to do it to get to failure. Now, let's get serious. If you're going really hard, you might be done with just 2 exercises. That's 8 sets right there, and maybe you can get to 10, but that's probably stretching it for most of you. Now, think about the math on that. 2 to 3 exercises per muscle group. Depending on your preferred split, you might do 2 muscle groups in a day, 4 hard sets per exercise. If you're efficient and maybe don't have to wait for equipment to free up, you could be done with your workout in 45, maybe 30 minutes. That's big. That's a lot of time saved. And for those of you who say, I don't have time to go to the gym more than once or twice a week, do this. If you can cut your workout time down to under an hour or even 30 minutes, you might be able to find more time throughout the week to go, or just make your current schedule easier. Speaking of schedules, if you have a hard time balancing your schedule to include time to hit the gym, leave a thumbs up and let me know in the comments if you'd like to see a video on how to incorporate going to the gym into a busy schedule. I work 2 jobs, I'm married, I got a kid and 2 animals, go to church 3 to 4 times a week, and create weekly content. If anyone can help you, it might be me. Now, I'm going to give you some insight on how I tackle this routine. You may already know that I've always been an advocate for training to failure. So normally if I'm doing any type of curling, rowing, or pressing movement, I go for a straight set, 8 to 12 reps. I'm hurting by rep 8, and by rep number 12, I'm struggling to get that weight up. For tricep extensions, I always go for a drop set. My triceps are the most developed part of my arm, so they can take a beating. I like to get as much of a pump going as I can. Pull-ups, I'll do rest pause sets, 10 to 15 reps. I used to be able to crank out at least 20 in a row, but that was about 30 pounds ago, so I got a lot of work to do to get back to that point. Legs, straight sets, nothing more to say about that. I don't like leg day, but I gotta do it. Deadlifts, straight sets. No way I'll risk overtraining my back. Then there's lat pull downs. I'll do drop or rest pause sets here. My arms will give out before my back, so I want to try to get as much volume there as I can. Let me know if you have ever reached failure with your lats. It's a rare occurrence for me, so I need to try something new. But that'll wrap it up for the video. Remember to push for failure for each set. Keep it to 8 to 12 sets per muscle group. No more overtraining. Your time is valuable and better spent elsewhere. If you've made it to this point in the video, I really appreciate you. It means a lot. Let me know what else you'd like to see here on the channel. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos.